So here is a little collection of my work through several years of using handwritten messages on paper to create reliquaries, amulets, and talisman. So the dictionary defines a talisman as a wearable object, typically an inscribed, and its presence exercises a remarkable or powerful influence on human feelings or actions. The origin of talisman go back to mid-17th century Arabic and Greek, but also used all over Europe. So a talisman has magical powers and brings in luck. An amulet is used to protect against evil, disease, and danger. Amulets and talisman, our energies are slightly different in their purpose. Talisman invokes a quality or powerful quality such as bringing in love, money, happiness, success, wisdom, and more. An amulet is the one that provides protection. So my studies on wearable talisman and amulets came to me in 1990s after art school when I was traveling through Europe, China, Africa, Central and South America, and I was studying the symbolism in wearable, and I was also studying ancient European art in school. And I saw that many wearable pieces back in time were built purposely to protect a village or to ward off evil, and this fascinated me. So after art school, I discovered the power of symbolism in wearable art and adornment. Throughout my travels, I began to see, even currently, a thread of deep meaning in wearables and art all over the world and in all cultures. I traveled into small villages and learned the secrets of creating talisman and amulets. I found that all cultures and countries to have this desire and ability to create talisman and amulets to manifest and protect. And they're all lying right below the surface if you look deep enough. And this is what fascinated me. I collected and interacted with powerful pieces. And at first, I was an observer. And then I really became a believer and a creator. And it fascinated me. That is, creating powerful objects for manifesting based on historical ideas. Look around you, because you could find many people here, even in America, Canada, and Europe, creating and wearing examples of talisman. People have lucky socks that they wear before a game. They have like their religious emblem that they wear on a necklace, a powerful saint that protects them. And many people wear and use the small objects and stones that are handed down from their own ancestors and their ancient beliefs that they carry with them for protection or keeping them safe and bringing in what they want. In Thailand to this day, shrines are built and daily offerings are given every morning of food, money, flowers, and nature. Beautiful shrines and incense is lit for the practice of manifesting and protection. So for you and I, building our own personal talisman is just a way to keep powerful words on you and to bring you closer to your goals, dreams, and desires. This is a powerful way to manifest. So we use this theory daily as we manifest what we want in life. It's so practical, actually. And you can see that many creative and business coaches use this same theory. An object or an amulet that is worn on your body in a necklace, ring, or bracelet that includes your handwritten intentions will be really powerful as you sweep your arm up at dinner and just catch a glimpse of your amulet or talisman. In this practice, your brain will register the intention, therefore reinforcing its powerful meaning of what you have written. And the intention seeps deeper into your consciousness, into your brain, and into your soul. And this is what helps to manifest what you want in life. And this is an ancient theory, as I have said, used in all cultures throughout time. Historically and presently, it is said that writing a certain phrase has a powerful effect on the brain, which is how talisman and amulets work. Paper amulets and talisman that are handwritten by you is the same fundamental idea that we have behind creating manifestations. Your words can be written on paper charms, whether used as talisman or encouraging good fortune, or amulets to prevent harm. Have a long history in Europe and Chinese society. Even currently, writing is more than just a creative outlet. It's a powerful tool for manifesting. By dedicating time to thoughtful writing, you actually end up clarifying your goals and aligning your thoughts and actions with your desired outcome. Your pen holds the power to shape your destiny. So here I put together a little technique that I use where you can write your intentions down deeply onto paper and use this technique to bind them up into a wearable talisman to hold your intentions close to your heart for manifesting in this wearable jewelry. If you need a little more instructions on how to create the bezel cap that I made here, you can go to my YouTube tutorial on creating an end cap. I show in this technique drawing a bead for attachment, which is a beautiful way to attach your paper inside. But if you don't have means to a torch, you can always use a little bit of glue, and you will find that technique in the end cap tutorial as well. So please enjoy as you create and manifest your wearable jewelry to bring your deepest desires into your talisman and into your life. Enjoy. I hope you were inspired by reliquaries, past and present, and how they've been used through time. And I just wanted to show you how to make your own personal reliquary that's so quick and so easy. And it uses a metalsmithing technique called drawing a bead for attachment. And they're really fun to do, and they're so powerful and potent. And these are wearable, so you can keep them on you and wear them and use the power of your own mantras that you're writing into them. Here's how to do it. I wanted to show you just a little quick, simple way on how to make your own reliquary, because these are so powerful, and you can see the historical reference to it. So actually, I have with me some end caps here. I'm really working on these tiny little end caps with paper. This one, I decided to do one a little bit larger, because when you are on film and teaching something, it's always easier to start with a little bit bigger piece. So these are things that I love to do on the side, but I want to show you just how I'm going to do paper in here. So this actually, if you work with paper that is pre-1900s in the United States, they actually are papers that are made of linen. It's a pretty cool fact, but they're much stronger, they're more durable, but really find any paper that you'd like to. This is a linen paper, and what I really love about it are the edges right here. So when you're building your own reliquary, you want to put your own words and mantras, and it really is about putting your own mantras, your own words, your own power pieces. So even if I wanted to say 2025 and just talk about a power and love year, let's just say that. And that's going to be my reliquary here. Okay, so I've got my edge that's has this on there. You can also use some of these hand typed. I love actually this one because it is hand typed in here too on the page, but you just pick your own paper. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna roll this up, and this is going to fit on the inside of my end caps. And hey, just to mention, you guys, I'm going to do it this way. If you guys ever rolled cigarettes or anything this way, you could actually spiral a little bit upward, and you'll get to see a little bit more paper if you spiral it this way. And see, I'm tucking my statement on the inside because the rules, you know, when you're writing reliquaries, they're pieces that are important to you. It doesn't matter what exactly it is. They're just important sayings and writing. And if you don't know how to make an end cap and you'd like to make an end cap, there actually is a whole YouTube tutorial in here that I just did on many different ways on how you can use end caps in your life and in your work. So here we are here. I have a tube-like shape. I'm going to bring this right inside my, I pushed it all the way in when I did all that work. Okay, well, I can actually take the outside and do a little bit of ripping here down to kind of make it my own. See that? It's a little note, a little scroll, and a little note that's in here in my metal. I can change up the outside of this later, but what I want to do right now is to just, I'm going to show you drawing a bead to be able to hold this whole piece in. So, number one, what I want to do is I'm going to drill through here, but I'm going to actually be putting fire right up at the end of this. So because I'm using linen paper, I can get this wet and it's not going to fall apart on me. So first things first, I'm going to take my drill. I'm going to get let me get my wire ready. This is, you want to use the thinnest gauge possible. And I'm going to use sterling silver because sterling silver is nice and strong. It has alloys in here, and I can get my sterling silver to ball up on the end, and then I'm going to use it as a head pin. So you could put glue in here. Yes, you could put glue. But I want to show you an attachment that's called drawing a bead for attachment. So anytime I'm using sterling silver, I'm just going to dip it in a little bit of flux, and then I'm going to hold my torch right up here, and I'm going to draw a bead. Nice and simple. Did you see that bead, how quickly that drew up? And I held it with my hand, but of course you could hold it with pliers. I've been working with this technique for so long. I know when is the point where I'm going to get burned, you know. So I shouldn't, but I do. Okay, so I'm going to just cut off maybe a piece that's a little bit longer. I never mind scrap in my work because scrap is fine. Okay, so with this all ready, I'm going to drill a hole through here. You want to really make sure if you're using too soft of a wire, this is a half hard sterling silver, and it really is a 22 gauge. You want to stay small, as I said, but if you are using something really soft, the way to work harden your work is to get onto an anvil and just tap the ends with a hammer. I'm even working on wood. It'll work harden your piece. When you put heat up to your work, like I just did for drawing a bead, it actually gets your piece, it's called annealing, and it gets your piece nice and soft. So I'm actually going to just work harden it a little. Just these little taps will get it nice and hard because I'm going to thread this through like a needle. Okay, so I only have about a size 60 bit in here for jewelers, 62, I think. So it's a tiny one. I'm not going to make a big mark in here. So this is all set into place, but let me do one more thing. I want to show you if I have to make a mark going into a piece, I can very gently just make a little mark on one end, and you can see the divot in there. This is with a specific tool, and then I can put my piece back inside here. So I have a really good starting point, and I can work out later the paper. You see that little divot in there? That's going to actually hold everything in place. And with that, I'm going to make sure my paper is all the way inside. I'm going to rest it. Whoop. Trying to show you guys such a close-up here. I'm going to rest it right on the divot, and I'm just going to go right through everything. I have a dull drill bit. Damn it.
Okay, go.
Let me get my pliers. I'm going to hold this end with my pliers. Okay. Now before I move anything, I am going to put my head pin in here as a stopper because everything's going to shift. And there we go. We have one side of it already. So, okay, so how do we draw the bead on the other side? So when I'm working with material like this paper, this is a linen paper, remember, so I can plunge all of it into water. And I do this with ribbon, with paper. It's just gonna protect it a little bit more from the torch when I bring the torch in. So I really don't need my torch, or I don't need my silver that long. I'm just gonna get in. When you're drawing a bead with material, you want to be able to have a long enough end where it grabs, can grab on and start balling up. You don't want it too short. So that's what I'm telling you, is that you don't want your end too short. So I'm going to keep it, about 3/4 of an inch? You want it a little longer so I can grab it and it'll raise up to the surface. Also, I'm going to not point this at my paper. I'm going to be leaning this piece up, as you'll see, and I'm going to be drawing a bead up probably from this angle, because if I do from this angle, it will be able to get a lot closer. And I want to get in and out of here as quickly as I possibly can. And I'm going to use the big benzomatic torch, which is a really big torch. I talk about this one a lot. Or you can use like an acetylene. Your butane torch isn't going to work for this, but this is a Home Depot torch that is good, Okay, let me get this lit. And I'm just going to come in and out, watch my angle, get it up as quick as I possibly can. There we go. And as soon as, with material like this, you just plunge it immediately. And now, I have a beautiful little charm. You don't really want to do anything with it, but I have a beautiful little charm that I can, have my words in here. This is my reliquary. It has words that are important to me. It's rolled up paper, and I can do a little bit more with the paper once I'm done, like rip out the edges a little more. I can make it shorter. I can rub anything into it, colors, or really do my affirmations again and again. And that really is one of the little easy ways to make a reliquary. I'm going to polish up the top of this, and you'll get to see it when it's done.